can continue building SCVs. Now, the same for the Marine. It desperately wants to build a Marine because it doesn't have an army yet. The requirement for the Marine, which is also the barracks, is also 13% done, but this is a very low percentage, so it's not reserving a whole lot of money to get that Marine. And we can also see a second barracks. It likes to get a second barracks, but at a very low priority. So it will only start that second barracks when it reaches this amount of minerals. So it can actually, so it has some spare minerals left after building a unit with such a low priority. Let's see how this works out. You can see the requirements for the Over the Commander Marine are getting higher and higher because the barracks is getting made. So the amount of minerals reserved for those items is getting higher and higher. But because we have enough minerals, that's not stopping the command center from building SCVs. Now, but at one point, the Over the Command, that's what happens here, he's like, well, okay, my requirement, the barracks, is now almost complete. It's above 75%. I'm going to claim the command center for now to stop anything else, in this case the SCV, from starting starting a new SCV. So I am sure I can start on the orbital command when my requirement is done. Money is getting high at the moment, but you'll see when the barracks is done, it will spend it immediately. The barracks is complete, so the orbital command, everything checks out, so it starts upgrading the orbital command. Marine, yep, we have the barracks, so it can get the Marine. There's also a refinery now on the priority queue, which I've programmed it to add to the queue, to the list when the barracks is complete. So it also had enough money to get the refinery immediately, so it also starts building the refinery. And the second barracks is still at the bottom of the list with 250 minerals. It also wants a supply depot because this Marine that started pushed in towards 16 of the 19 supply, which was a boundary I programmed for, hey, this is time to get another supply depot. Now, more of the same. It wants to get another Marine with a lower priority than the first one. This time, it's waiting for a free barracks. This barracks is was nearly complete with its Marine, so you can see the amount of minerals reserved gets higher and higher. Now it gets, now that the refinery is done and the gas income has gone up, it actually wants a barracks tech lab now. And the barracks tech lab has a higher priority than the Marine, so this barracks is claimed, as it says here, by the tech lab. So this Marine, which has a lower priority, cannot use this barracks to start training. And money reserved for the tech lab. Oh wait, the priority, the low priority barracks finally had enough minerals to be built, so he starts working on it. Barracks tech lab. This one should start in the next tick because it has the minerals it needs, and this barracks is free. But because the tech lab has claimed this barracks, this Marine cannot start at this barracks. And the third barracks is also again on the priority list, waiting for enough money. And there we go, the tech lab goes down. And now that the tech lab has started, more items get added to the priority list. In this case, the Marauder, which has a requirement for which the tech lab is a requirement, and the Marauder slow upgrade and the Stimpack upgrade, which all have the tech lab as a requirement, are all added to the priority list now. You can see, based on the priorities of the items, in which order it will actually get the units. I'll keep it, I won't pause the game now anymore. You can pause the YouTube video to see it if you actually want to get all the information that is scrolling on the screen. Barracks getting done. There's a money reserve for getting a supply depot, because we've hit another benchmark the amount of free supplies gets below a certain number, so it wants a new supply depot. And this is basically the system. And this system is incredibly flexible with creating new builds for the AI. Because, for example, pushing the second barracks, which had a very low priority, if I increased the priority of that second barracks to priority 2, it would not need the additional resources before it could start the building. So the second it would get 150 minerals, it would start building the additional barracks. So if, for example, the AI had an early pressure flag, which I'm going to build, it can actually modify those priorities based on those flags. I can also have a flag for early tech, which can make the AI prioritize a factory more. I can have a flag for early expand, which can add a new command center with a decent priority to the queue. And it all depends on the priority to determine if the command center should be built before it makes sure it gets a marine or a marauder or getting the upgrades, for example. The tech labs are already upgrading Stimpack and marine shields at the moment. This is done because the AI has chosen a time to push out, and when Stimpack takes 140 seconds to complete, when it's 140 seconds before the time to push, it starts to prioritize the Stimpack to make sure it's ready when the time to push has arrived. You'll see Stimpack is done, and they will start attacking very soon. There we go. And there you go. When the attack starts, I've added a command center with priority 4 to the list, so it now actually starts reserving the money for the command center, so it can expand while attacking, as well day 9 taught us. And there we go, the expand goes down. Those guys are attacking, not finding any defense whatsoever, because this Protoss is still mining the minerals. But this is this is the system. It's giving me a tremendous amount of freedom to determine what kind of builds the AI should go for. I can simply start randomizing the priorities to get all different kinds of build orders. So yeah, this is pretty much it. And this new system also makes sure that adding support for Protoss and Zerg at a later stage will go pretty fast, because there's a lot less for me to actually that I need to recode. Okay, well, thank you for watching this, and let me know what you think in the comments.